First things first, hi, I'm Tom. So, Koharu Sakuragi, Chloe Cerise, whatever you call her. Interesting character, isn't she? She seems to be a 10-year-old in the world of Pokemon who doesn't actually like Pokemon. That seems insane, doesn't it? As a 6-year-old, Koharu actually seemed to be excited at the prospect of being able to become a Pokemon trainer when she attended Professor Oak's summer camp. She was enthusiastic about it, as many of the other children were. She acts like a straight man to Go's know-it-all attitude, however, showing more of a 10-year-old Koharu's personality. She is also the one to ask if they're going to be leaving while Oak is waiting for Ash. This could possibly show that she's eager to get out there and learn about Pokemon. They could have easily had Go be the one to question Oak about moving out to observe Pokemon, but they chose Koharu to be the one in the role. Episode 11 is the first episode to really be Koharu-centric. In this episode, she struggles to decide what her dream is. This episode also poses her the question, does she like Pokemon or not? She doesn't think she hates them, but a member of her class asks if she actually likes them or not, and that's where she's unsure. Her father's reputation makes people have expectations of her. Koharu must love Pokemon because of her dad, right? Her dad is in the field of researching them. Of course she dislikes people assuming that they know what she wants, and it's possible that a lot of resentment built up within her, and that she projects that onto the Pokemon. She doesn't hate them, she hates that she can't be herself. Koharu's mother Yoshino in this episode also reveals that despite the fact that Yampa loves Koharu the most, Koharu is the coldest member of the family to Yampa. When Gengar tries to attack Koharu towards the end of the episode, Yampa takes a Shadow Ball for her. It wants to protect her more than anything and won't listen to Sakuragi's order to use Spark. Ash, Go and their Pokemon are suspended in the air by Psychic, so only Koharu can beat back this Gengar, and then she makes her first command of a Pokemon ever. Yampa dives through a Shadow Ball for Koharu and sparks Gengar. So the start of episode 11 had Koharu and Yampa be a little distant, with Yampa sleeping on a separate bed at the start of the episode, separate from Koharu. However, the end of the episode has them at the end of the day, in Koharu's bed together. This visually shows that Koharu and Yampa are growing closer to each other because of the events of this episode. Koharu blatantly does like Yampa, and it does look like they've reached the first step of Koharu's Pokemon journey. So the big plot point in this episode is, what are Koharu's dreams, and does she have to rush to decide them? This is in stark contrast to our two leads, Ash and Go, who are resolute in their goals to become a Pokemon Master or to catch every Pokemon. As one of Koharu's classmates put it, their dream is a work in progress. This can be the case for her too, as her mum is eager to point out. Koharu is 10, her dreams can change anyway, why worry now? In episode 17, when Koharu comes along to get Ash and Go, who are training for breakfast, she witnesses Skullbunny's attempt to use Ember and Ash's weird training methods. They go and have breakfast and discuss their plans for the day over it. Koharu, out of the blue, asks them if catching Pokemon is fun, which is completely unprompted. And Ash tells her that of course it is, and it looks like she thinks about it for just a second. And then Ash offers her to join them, and sadly she says no. But I feel like that's huge. She's starting to become more interested in Pokemon. And then in episode 20, we actually see her tag along with Go and her brother Sota for the Pokemon Orienteering event that her father arranged. Now the goal for this event is for various teams to explore the Million City, observe the Pokemon within it, and then learn to love them more. So the fact that Koharu is along for this is very interesting. And Go even calls back to the Pokemon summer camp from Professor Oak that they are doing something similar in. Go catches some Pokemon and Koharu points out he's missing the point of what they're supposed to be doing for the kids, acting as a bit of a straight man for Go, as she always has. As Go sends him out to show the kids the Pokedex info, he catches more Pokemon. The three he had caught make their way over to Koharu, landing on her shoulder and nuzzling her leg. She does not like this at all. She's freaking out and wants the Pokemon to let go of her, even if they aren't actually doing anything bad to her. So this is particularly interesting. Why is she so upset? In a collaboration I did with a Pokéraph, we theorised that she may be uncomfortable due to a past encounter with a Pokemon, similar to Lily, who had to overcome her fears after an incident with Nihilego in her childhood. At the port, Team Rocket use a fake Lugia and suggest a raid battle. Ash and Go of course are ready to fight with Pikachu and Reboot, and Yampa stands at the side ready to battle. Sota points out to Koharu as if he's suggesting she should command it, which Koharu is shocked at. The three Pokemon are all lined up and ready to go, with Ash, Go and Koharu all seemingly lined up together, as equals despite the fact that Koharu is not a main character like Ash and Go yet. Koharu doesn't participate in the tag battle against Team Rocket, after Lugia, really Mew, saves the Pokemon. As the battle ends, we're shown Koharu left in amazement at what she's seen, and this again comes before the reaction of anyone else, as Ash and Go high-five each other. I believe that this is a moment of great importance for her, as she sees just how amazing Pokemon trainers can be, which I feel like she may not have been exposed to yet. The kids saw the event tell Ash and Go just how much they've been inspired by the two boys, and Ash and Go tell them to hurry up and become age 10 so they can make their trainer debut. As they say this, we're showing Koharu just staring in their direction with a blank look, but it's not one of disinterest. it's one more of thought. Is she thinking back to the camp where she was excited to reach age 10 and become a trainer? I feel like episode 20 may be one of the biggest turning points for Koharu's character so far. It's likely she hasn't really had a chance to see what Pokemon really mean to people. Her closest chance would be from her father, who may have a more academic look on Pokemon, and Yamper, which, yeah, of course she has a bond with. She makes a brief appearance in episode 21, when Ash had brought back a Pokemon egg. She's with everyone in the lab when they're surrounding it, which isn't inherently interesting by itself. She does tell Yamper to not scare it with its barking though. The suspicious part is when she comes along with Ash and Go on the brief walk they take. We're not shown much of it, but she still came along with them to the park at the very least. Is this a hint of growth? Does she have an interest in the egg? As for episodes, that's really it for Koharu now. There is an episode description for episode 29 that will feature her, and has a new point for her character, which, spoiler warning, is that she falls for an injured Pidove. It would appear that Koharu's walls that she had up against Pokemon have been reduced by her experiences so far. And outside of episodes, Koharu feels like the most present character in the introduction scene, outside of Ash and Go. The biggest example being Ash and Go running around the world with her trailing slightly behind, an indicator that she'll become more of a companion later on. In my opinion, I feel that Koharu may go down the path of a Pokemon breeder or doctor or something, maybe a bit similar to Brock, but helping to nurse the Pidove back to health in episode 29, of being not so close to Pokemon, or excited about them, shows that in the brief time we've known her, she's starting to care. This would also lead to a nice trifecta between Ash, Go and Koharu, being battling, catching and caring for Pokemon. It covers a spectrum of things a trainer will do across 3 defined characters. She's with Ash and Go at the end of episode 6, where Ash and Go dedicate themselves to their dreams. So hopefully we'll be seeing her develop her own soon and join them. So to recap, Koharu began as a girl who seemed to have an admiration of Pokemon. She was excited for the eventual journey, but within a 4-year period she has become more distant, and she is slowly coming out of that shell that she's in. It will be very interesting to see how much she grows going forwards, and if she will eventually join Ash and Go on their journeys. Alright, thanks for watching! Hopefully you enjoyed this video just kind of recapping Koharu's development. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It would help me a lot, and hopefully I'll be seeing you next time.